Sometimes it's you pass out a worksheet or we're taking notes in the lecture and it's barely even learning at that point. We're just copying down information and maybe retaining a little bit of it. But there's other days where we're working on a project and we're solving problems and the teacher comes to just me.
There's just so many more avenues for students to take when they're learning.
Where I really learn is where I get down and do a project and things that you have to talk, discuss things through, which I like a lot.
Just having the ability to have something more tailored to you and just allows everyone to get a more in-depth knowledge. A lot of the time in school you learn stuff that doesn't really feel like it applies to what you want to do in college and later in life. I think it gives us more of an option to be more prepared for what the real world's going to be like.
I feel like there's a lot of students at this school and in other schools in general that have a lot of potential, but because of the way the education system is set up and how it's very generalized and there's always a set curriculum and that the teacher has to meet this set requirement, that it's hard for each individual student to get the attention they need to prosper and thrive. So I feel like definitely that personalized learning experience would help the student.
Individually talking to students about their issues or about what they need, changing the class up so that everybody kind of gets what they're trying to get.
Teachers are generally pretty broad with what they teach, and this is helping make it specific to each student. Like, this is providing a connection to each topic with every single student in their own way, and it's up to them to create the connection.
I really do think the personal device is a good idea because you'd be able to honestly working at your own pace, which is so important because not everyone learns in the same way.
Everyone learns differently. We understand things differently. We interpret things differently, and some of us take longer to understand something and others it doesn't take any time or we already know it.
So if a student learns better with a video rather than the textbook, a personal device would make it easier. So you just find more topics interesting.
And then with a device, there's so many cool programs on there that you can produce a ton of different stuff. So like projects would be really cool. We'd be able to work well with people a lot easier because it's tricky to like work in groups because if you're not in the classroom, let's say you get home and then you remember you have this group project to do and everyone's, at practice or something. So if we had these devices, everyone could work on it in their own homes, kind of at their own time, and everyone could add into it, and then it would be this it could come together to be something really cool.
I think learning and the joy of learning really comes from understanding it and being able to use it wherever. I think it would open the gateway to do this individualized learning approach, because then you can write a narrative about it on your iPad, and the teacher can read it. You can draw pictures on it. You can really do anything you want without having the limitation of a worksheet. It'd be really flexible and can create a more easy way to give out assignments that are more broad and more open to new ideas.
If you put more time and more effort into your education now, then it's definitely going to pay off.
Yeah, I feel like it'd make kids get it through their heads.